Hello, hello! What's going on, guys? It's about that time. Time to get out. Okay, so I'm gonna be playing some Zac in the Jungle because he's so awesome. And one thing I wanted to talk about is the enemy composition. They have an Ilioi in the top lane with Artemo. And that matchup will really be dependent on if Jax get a gank or the Ilioi really knows what she's doing. Other than that, as a Zac, we're leaving that lane alone. Pretty much we're going to leave all lanes alone. Unless there's just something so ridiculously like, you know, they're under our tower and I just have to jump on them. They have a Talon. So as long as our ADC doesn't play stupidly, Talon won't be able to knock people out. Ilioi is actually going teleport. So it seems like she might have some confidence lacking in her abilities. They also have a Lucian and a Brand. So they have a lot of damage. And as far as the late game goes, as far as the early game goes, they have a decent capacity to try to invade. However, we did end up on the blue side, and it's less likely that they'll invade because we're on the blue side. Just because of the terrain on this side of the map. Because they can only approach from this area or from down here, so we would see them right away. So if we were down here, if we started down here, they could come around to try up to here to surprise us. Or they could come from bush to bush, and surprise us that way. But again, because just standing here, it gives us vision of this area. Minions have spawned. That's one. I love Tom Ken. He's just like inching. He's just like inching towards it. When my guys are lively, that's a good thing, I think. You have to turn down sound quite a bit. So if we're mindful of positioning and all that, we'll have the game. Easy peasy. The big turning point will be Baron.
How's it going?
And but the one thing is we can't just focus solely on Baron. It's just that when we can take advantage of that, we should. Like somewhere around now, when Jax should be moving towards Teemo, but looks like Teemo has everything under control. In Ilioya's case, it could be that Jax could have done something, but Ilioya was just too ineffective. But that actually doesn't look like that's the case. We're gonna ward it, and then we're just going to leave. Because we don't want to put pressure on the Teemo if he's not doing that well. Gonna grab that, gonna grab that, gonna get a trinket thingy, gonna E out. So far so good. This is where things want to be in the game. Because their team wants early game advantages and we want late game advantages. So far no deaths. I find it fascinating that Jax has yet to do anything.
Why, thanks. I do work out.
Not sure what he's thinking. I can kind of understand that there's no opportunities to do anything. That you can't do anything. But if you play with that mindset as a Jax, why be a Jax? Why play as Jax if that's the case? All right, we're gonna throw a ward right here because we could. Ah, he got greedy. Teemo got greedy. He could have walked away.
Let's bounce.
But that's okay. Don't think he needed to use flash there. Don't really need my help, D. No way. He's not gonna turret dive, that's crazy.
I'm not as...
Oh, Infernal. A bit of a surprise.
I never skip breakfast.
Now this might be a bad call here. Yeah. Because I think bot lane knows that I'm in the area. And a lot of times, if you go, I mean, most of the time, if you go brand in the bottom lane, you know what you're doing. So as a jungler, you have to kind of like appreciate your presence. If you don't appreciate like your presence, then you're going to So Jax was waiting. Hopefully he'll be wasting his time. Gonna grab 2 of those, gonna head out. Now we're getting to a point where, okay, there's Jax.
I could really use a snack right now.
They should be able to get that kill. Oh. That's alright. That just means the game will go later. And I will continue to have good farm. Come on, wolves. Waiting for you. Na 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 na. Wolves, wolves, wolves. Yeah, not to mention the thing with Talon is he has easy escapes. But it's not always the best thing. To even want to escape. Okay, that's bad, right? So we'll have Talon waste some of his time there. Hopefully this won't prevent me from... Okay, that's great. Okay. So we still retain map presence. Even though for some reason... Now, if you notice my my team members, they feel it necessary to ask for a lot of help. But this is sort of like the limitations of what they understand. Galileo is leaving his power to slowly die, unfortunately. He needs to realize that's one of the bigger things that they have to deal with. Now this might be a way I can... No, it's not going to be. You see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because they don't understand the game, essentially, they get upset and they don't realize that you can come back into the game quite easily. But they also have to learn that they can't overextend. I can get that one kill.
I could really use a snack right
now. How you capitalize on it is simply enough what I did. You get one kill, you don't press it because the probability is not in your favor. They just don't understand. Okay, that's can't defend that. All right, now we gotta go after Rift Herald. Oh, the surrender come out. As usual. For people that don't understand the game. How little impact it makes. Oh, he actually got Rift already. That's amazing. So Galileo... Let's check it out. The game... Okay. The Galileo is criticizing me for how I'm playing.
I'm not as squishy as I look. Never skip breakfast.
Now, Kaisa is just kind of walking in on the problem. And that's one of the things that can happen when you goad people. Kaisa had nothing to do with that battle. Except she felt the need to get in on the battle. But the problem was she had no plan of attack, unfortunately. So she stepped right into the battle not knowing anything. And all it took All it took was like an Ilioi, I think it was a flash, and then she immediately ulted. Now, I have the opportunity that if they push too far, that I can grab them. But they have to be the one to make that mistake. And I don't think they're making that mistake. So we're going to give the ping that they need to be careful. Because that is the obvious place for them to be. And one of the things that a lot of people don't comprehend is why be in a place where they know you're going to be. I could easily understand this. They're all pumped up to see what they can do.
I could really use a snack right now.
But they don't do the math, essentially. And the math is they have the strength right now. Now their argument is
Just another day on the job.
see Kaisa again putting herself in a bad situation. But it doesn't mean that the enemy can make all good decisions, because the enemy will put themselves behind. It's as easy as that. Now I had to expend a few things. Like Zac, I would prefer not to get solo kills. And so now Jax is overextended because he got greedy. And now I'm making a... okay. Talon died. So now we have to back out. Or not Talon, but Talon killed, what's her name? Kaisa. So Kaisa, as far as instincts go, she's pretty bad. I just got ignited for some reason. And on and on and go, on and on I go. There we go. Now my team understands the quality of my work. Oh my goodness. But before they were like, oh no, what is the Zac doing? We're all gonna lose, let's surrender. That fight, the rest of it's up to them. I gotta bail out. So that ultimate wasn't too bad, although I think I brought some people with me that shouldn't have gone with me. Alright, so we're gonna get that, and we're gonna step right back out. We're gonna wait for Lucian to get up to here. So he's gonna want that inhibitor. We're gonna come around this way. It's all about like oh, it's just so much fun. Oh, barely alive. Alright, alright, we're gonna farm up. Now, unfortunately, I've been getting some kills. And a proper Zac should be giving kills to other people. But people are still making certain assumptions. They haven't put 2 to 2 together. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. See, now this is where we have the advantage. Now we can force. Dang. That's alright. I'm pretty sure, like, our team didn't know what they were doing. I pulled the Jax again. That's actually pretty good, like... Unfortunately, like, our team... We don't know what we don't know what we were doing. And I have too many kills, and they don't have enough of that turnaround gold. We might be able to come back. Okay, one dead. Okay, he went the other way. If he went that way, I might have been able to catch him. We still have a chance, it just makes things harder. What Jax is doing is he's jumping on me as soon as I am able to pull someone, but the problem with that is I pull Jax with me. And then he starts walloping on my guys. Fortunately. That is one thing that I did not think of. But Baron is down. I believe that we eliminated all the... Okay, here we go. An opportunity. Can I get him? Can we get him? Yeah, my team just doesn't have what it takes to do enough damage. So, even though, look at that, Kai'Sa just took free damage. So even though, like, I had a pretty darn good... I had a pretty darn good engage. See, Galio's gonna die here. Galio almost died because there was no order of operations going on. Like, they can't make a decision on any higher level of game fighting. So basically, I have to pull somebody that will die right away. And then pull another person that will die right away. Because these guys can't... These guys can't compute anything more advanced than that. See, as much as I try to get them to follow me, they can't do it. Okay, Tom Kench. Tom Kench ate me for no reason. My team, okay, so my team could not put, no. It wasn't that they couldn't output enough damage. Is that they couldn't deal with like a full damage. They couldn't deal with like all the damage that was going on. No. They could not strategize how to do enough damage contrary to the damage that the enemy could do. No matter how well I tried to win that for them. Now I think a lot either was it was experience on their part, or it was simply like kind of like non-compliance. They didn't want to do anything. Like because their egos were suppressed because they weren't winning the early game it's possibly what beat them in the first place. But the way that the composition was, that was more likely going to happen. So it had nothing to do with my gameplay. However, I did think that they were more capable than they actually were. I did give them more credit towards that. And when it comes to putting some trust into other people, I mean, that is what the game's about. But they were just not knowledgeable enough about the game. It's pretty incredible how people can be like at this stage in the game and not understand those fundamentals. That one guy that's carrying the team, or two guys that carries the team, is what it takes, and not people who actually know something about the game. Essentially, like, the enemy team knew how to, well, they knew how to do their own thing. As far as late game goes, they were making so many positional errors that it was incredible. I think the Teemo ran into an issue where he wasn't as effective late game. But the thing with the Teemo is you can still be effective late game. You can be. But he didn't know how to do it. He didn't know how to position himself correctly, or he didn't know how to get enough damage without taking damage in return. And the enemy just had a lot of burst damage. And so if our enemy Kaisa took a lot of damage, she's out of the fight. She's not going to do anything. So if people don't have what it takes to avoid attacks, what can you do? All I can do is set up a situation where they will most likely benefit. So, looking in their team composition, they've got Sivir. Sivir's very good at coming out of the brush, using her ultimate. Nautilus is like one of those kings of CC, kind of like how Zac is, very CC orientated. I think Nautilus does some physical damage, but mainly magic damage, I think. But he's mainly absorbing things. He's a perfectly good tank. So that will make, I want to say that would make mid to late game pretty challenging. And then you have Kayn. A lot of Kayns will have the idea that they're going to carry. So at that point, it has to do with the experience that the Kayn user has. One of the things that I find ridiculous about Kane is his, I think his like his lifesteal stuff. It makes Kane as a champion really makes a lot of other champion junglers like inefficient, and they just don't get played at all. And so you're either one of the new champions that can fight in an effective manner, or you're one of like the tank CC guys, and then you rely on your AD carry to do something about it. I think for the most part, I like Jhin players because people who play Jhin, I feel like they're gonna play them well. But that may not be the case over here. We'll see. We'll see. One of the good things about last game is nobody like broke out in obscenities. I think some people said some things about my inactivity. But how do you describe my inactivity when I have like when I have the best KDA? Like, how do you make that assessment? Oh yeah, I guess we can go there. Oh, that wasn't necessary. Oh, going for too much. The greed is too much. Oh, they looks like they handle them. Morgana will have to go back, but that's alright. Alright, on I go to farming the jungle. I'm already feeling that this game is going to go much better. It could be that last game that we had too much late game presence and not enough early game presence. And I think personally, Jax did a pretty good job at assessing threats and all that. I mean, that's what you want to see. You honestly want to see a challenge. You want to challenge yourself on all that. But at the same time, you don't want, like, a one-sided challenge. Like, some of the best moments of that game are when people finally got to start doing what I wanted. Unfortunately, when I jumped on those guys, it wasn't the best thing to do. One of the disadvantages of said early game. One of the disadvantages of said early game was the map. you have less map presence, and I should not have that's what I like to see. I like Singe getting the kills. That's what I need to do. That's what needs to happen. Oh, look who it is. So my teammates getting the gold is so important. It could be that if I didn't get those kills, see, that's the problem with solo killing. Doesn't help me as a tank. Because I can't carry as a tank. So that's got to be the one. That's got to be another reason what I need to do to make things work. I have to get my guys in the position where they are getting the kills. That should put some pressure on bot. Although that'll give away a kill. That's issue there. Now the Kayn is active. He will counter. I'm gonna try to give
I should get a suit.
right. Need to focus on giving my guys more advantages as far as kills, as far as buffs, red buff, blue buff, whatever. So if I don't plan on carrying, I need to give my guys all the advantages that they can. Even if that last game was just unwinnable, you know? Absolutely unwinnable. We're gonna clear some of that stuff up. We're not gonna walk into the death trap here. Just gonna wait. Down and get. I love pulling them back. Now that's some fun right there. pulling them back. I wonder who got that. I think who got that kill? Did I get? Oh, Morgana got the kill. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
There's plenty of me to go around. Put some spring in your step.
So now a leash has been put on the cane for now. And Morgana has proven to be very useful. There's Morgana. So if people are useful, boy, that poor guy, he can't catch a break, man. So if Morgana can be useful in lane because of the decisions she makes, she can make other decisions that are important. Back out in the lane. So Morgana is strategizing. Did she get a kill off that? Yes, she did. Yeah.
I could really use a snack right now.
Okay.
I'm not as squishy as I look.
Having some lag issue.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'd rather have not have gotten the double kill, but all right, I'll take a flash. I'll take that flash. I'll take that flash.
There's plenty.
I'll take that flash. I'll take that flash. All right. All right, Singed is doing some work up top. Now, unfortunately, Jin and Sona, they are pushed up. And that's not necessarily where you want your guys to be. Because they will run a risk. There we go. Okay.
This is going to be messy.
Couldn't get them all. But I was able to give Singe the kill. Now it looks like they're trying to go for first tower. I can go for Kane's farm. And I can go for this.
An enemy has been slain.
Now Kane's dead. Now I have the rift. Now I have the power. Alright, we're gonna get those two things. We're going to sell that. We're gonna buy that. And we're gonna step on out. Those guys are going to overextend, sadly. Whew. Now I'll be able to get out super quick.
I do work out.
Morgana will be in some danger.
Enemy killing spree.
But things are just fine because I know that, well, I can't say that Morgana made the best play there.
Reduce my head.
I'll make the assessment that Kane up here. We have our rift Earl here. Put that thing right there.
Another day on the job.
Get out like a bandit. Time to chill out, or go after this. Yeah. Singed is pretty good at doing what he's doing right now, so
Why, thanks.
keep on being you, Singed. Oh my goodness, he
Don't give up, champ.
There we go. Think that'll help. You too greedy, Morgana. Oh my goodness. Now Singed is
How's it going?
down there. That will take
Your team has destroyed a turret.
some
Another day on the
time.
job.
An ally has been slain.
Like, this is madness. Guess I could come. Well, I could, there we go. I think they'll get that tower, but
Turret has been destroyed.
now they'll be in a bind.
An ally has been slain.
Hello.
Never skip breakfast.
Hello. Right, time to get that, and time to get that, and 2 of those.
Everybody's a critic. I could really use a snack right now. Another day on the job.
An ally has been slain.
Aw, dang. I thought the Jhin had enough damage. But the Singed is making short work. Those side lanes. The Singed is really going to be pushing us towards victory! Get one of those. Singed, that might not have been.
Ally has been slain.
Yeah, we took one too many hits from the Baron. If he hit the Baron and then flipped Teemo into the Baron, There's just not enough damage coming from our team. There might be a damage disparity between teams. As odd as that. Nice singed.
Fighting is in my
Shut down.
Singed is going to be our saving grace. That's the strange one from.
I should get a suit.
I can't just simply hop on. I gotta get everybody in there.
Everybody's a critic. Use a snack right now.
And she used the shield.
I may bend, but I don't break.
Singed is on his job.
I'm not as squishy as I look. How's it going? Just another day on the job.
Oh, finally. That for those. Head on out. So the Galio, he's a force to be reckoned with. Now we do have Singed who can challenge the side lane.
I never skip breakfast.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Bad position. There we go.
An enemy has been slain.
Why, thanks.
Alright, so we've caught up a little bit.
I may beg, but I don't for it.
Not too bad. Takes a little wit. Just takes a little wit. Alright, I'm gonna head back. What do I want here? What do I want? Thornmail. Yes. Yes! So pretty much, this is pretty free right now. Yep. They're just cleaning up they're just cleaning up at this point. The fadeaway. Yeah. A victory to offset the defeat. Oh, so we had a couple of rough mid-game fights. The Galio, or their team comp could actually play. That was great that they could do that. It made me think that I need to do this a little differently. As soon as we had control of Baron, our team had it within their heads that don't fight Baron. We're going to bait Baron, and then we got him. Well, actually, it turned out we baited Elder Dragon, and we got him. We got the enemy. Oh, I didn't get to honor anybody. So, so as long as I was pulling people one person at a time into our guys, it's pretty straightforward as far as how they're going to react to things. Kane actually did a pretty good job of getting out of my situation of not only stunning him and then pulling him, but then he goes through the wall and all that. But he could not escape because Zac's range is. So if we continue to fight the way we were fighting, which was kind of going down mid, we were definitely gonna lose. We had to have some creativity, and that's what I was trying to guide my team with. By the enemy is going to check these areas. They have no idea what's going on, so someone's gonna have to check. Kane was the first person to do that, and oftentimes at these elos, they don't all group up and assume that someone's there. They're gonna check. It's just what's going on? I've gotta check. I gotta see if they're killing Elder Dragon, or if they gotta see if they're Baron. They come one at a time. And so if you know that the other guys are up, you know they're running around, why take the chance? Knock one of them out. Knock two of them out. You know, it doesn't hurt just to stay there and do nothing. As long as you have vision and some map presence, then you don't need to go balls to the walls and have like this chance for a smite fight. Like, they can still get in there. They can still steal. You could wipe their entire party. Maybe they have one person left. But that was a good fight, because that was a good game because the enemy was doing a pretty good job. They were maintaining up until the point I think Kane had died and we got Elder, and what was it? We got Elder and then we got Baron. On the way to Baron, I saw there was Sivir, but I saw Galio first. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why are they there? That doesn't make any sense. So I jumped on Galio. He did tons of damage to him. And Sivir happened to be right there. So I believe I kind of forget what I did. I think maybe I Q'd flashed or something like that, and we were able to get Sivir, but maybe that was somewhere else. But I believe we were able to get two people off of that. So that's another thing that happens. You know, you get a pick off somebody, and they're like, okay, what do we do now? Do we just let them take Elder for free? but we're missing a guy. But maybe that doesn't compute in their heads. Maybe they're gonna get close for some strange reason because they're not strategizing, and then they'll make themselves vulnerable. That's what happened. And once Kane was gone, they might as well have kissed. They might as well have kissed Elder Dragon and Baron at that point. That was just a late game mistake that Kane made, and him not realizing. He's thinking that if he gets into a bind, he's just gonna get out. That is possible, but what can you do about all these people jumping on you? A Zac jumping on you, then all these guys unloading all this damage on you. What can you do? That's what you say. So it puts their team in a bind, and it gives our team the advantage to end the game quicker. Because as soon as we got the Elder and Baron, it's like they didn't even try anymore. They might have had a chance to try, but they didn't. I mean, maybe they just couldn't because the turrets were just going to get knocked down big time. So the game pretty much ended right there at 40 minutes, which I forget what the average time is. Maybe the average time is around 40. But if you play other champions, maybe you go for like a 20 to 35 minute game, but then if you're running a guy like Zac, you really have to push towards that Baron priority. Then once you can prioritize the Baron area or Elder Dragon area, because of what you can do and how far you can go, it makes the enemy team do lots of silly things. But you gotta get to that late game. And you have to get through sort of the naysayers that, oh, we're so far behind, oh, our jungler's not doing anything. My last game, I felt we didn't need too much to make a comeback. But I didn't take into account that our team just didn't have the skill set to execute damage over time, which is what our last guys were. They were damage over time, where the other team, they just had to throw out a few spells, and then we're knocked out. Our team had to avoid spells and all that, and I had to try to make it easier on them, getting one pick at a time. That was my issue last game. And with so many things going on, you're trying to position yourself correctly, you're trying to do this. It's a lot on someone's mind to be thinking how to manage your own team. And the best parts of the game are kind of when things are a little rough and people do gather their senses together. People do say, hey, this guy might know what he's doing. What's going on, But at the same time, as a Zac, you need to give your guys kills. And try not to take the kills yourself, which makes solo killing all the more useless as Zac. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this extra long episode of me playing a game and jabbering on. And I will see you guys next time. Hi-yo!